My name is Arun. In this video, we will be looking into the steps on how you'd be able to create resume or CV variants using your validated or unvalidated CV points. So these are the following scenarios we will be covering. Creating a resume or CV variant with unvalidated points, which allows you to create a draft resume variant that allows you to gain insights on how does a resume look like with the points that you have entered into the Skynet platform. And then we'll be looking into the steps of creating the final resume or CV variants with validated CV points, and also how you'd be able to organize various sections of a resume, and also how you'd be able to organize various resume or CV points by changing the order sequence within a particular section. And finally, how you'd be able to save the resume variants. So let us look into the steps on Skynet platform. So first I'd be logging in as a student. So as a student, you'd be able to log in with your own institute specific credentials into the Skynet platform. So once I log in, I will be able to see the basic homepage wherein we can see the list of events that are communicated to your specific batch, and also which placement cycle you are currently enrolled for. Over here, we have the information that is needed for you to create your resume or CV variants. So we have this master profile information. So the master profile information contains all the list of your previous education experience, work experience, and volunteer experience. So whatever the information that you have entered into the master profile portal, this information will be validated. As you see, these are all the approved points by your placements committee members or your placements office. So you'd be able to see this information, all that information that has been validated. So from a student's perspective, you should be able to see the list of information that has all the CV points that has been approved, and you would be able to see that there is a tag that is available saying that all the points have been approved. In addition to that, you have also uploaded various documentation supporting it. But this is how the information, the master information, master profile information that has been submitted, that has been approved, and your current master profile view is currently frozen, which means you would not be able to do any further changes. So at this stage, basically, we can create the final CV, but also let us look into the draft CV generator as well. So ideally, in this case, in case if the master profile information has not been vetted by the PlaceCom or your placements office, in this case, these points are still existing over here, but the status will be they're still to be validated. So in this case, you would be able to generate the draft CV generator. So what is the purpose of the draft CV generator is, you would be able to see how the CV looks like using the points that you have inputted into the system, and you want to see, how does the CV look like, and where can I add more information or reduce certain information so that it fits within that format of the resume or CV that your institute has approved. So let me drag in a couple of sections. So here I have some pre-populated sample data, education details. I am taking the work experience details, activities. So this is how I would be able to add the sections. So and I'd be able to see that there are two structures that I have taken over here for the education category and work experience category. Work experience category, I'm following a table-like structure wherein I have one column where it describes what are the various aspects of work experience. Specific categories I have mentioned it in a particular column, and whereas in the education section I have taken it as a list format. So now, since I have this basic information like education, work experience, and extracurricular activities, now let me see how does the resume format or CV format look like. So I can click on the preview button. Resume will be generated. So as you see over here, this is a single page resume. The ultimate goal, basically also the ultimate objective for you is to incorporate all the relevant information in a single page. Now, as you see in the draft CV format, we see that there is a watermark that has been added saying that this particular CV variant is not yet verified, unverified format. But this is only to give you an idea concerning how does the CV look like based on the points that you have entered into the master profile, and on the basis of this view, you would be able to add more information or reduce the information in certain areas so that you are managing the resume the way you want to look, you want it to be, and so that you have a final idea on how the resume would look like even after the CV points or resume points are validated. So that's how the draft CV generator, that's the purpose of the draft CV generator. Now in this case, I have all the points are validated for this case. So what I can do over here is, let me go to the CV generator, which is, this allows me to save the CV variants. Whereas in the draft CV variant, in this view, I would not be able to save the CV variant. So that's the difference. So in this final CV generator view, let me add the education details. Now let me add, so WorkX is something I would like to add over here, and let me add some other information like patents and social volunteering. So I can drag the sections up or down, after I have organized all my points that I want. So I can navigate and I can drag the sections. So in case if I want the social volunteering section to be present above the patents section, I would be able to do that. Similarly, external consulting section should also be above the social volunteer section. I'd be able to do that. So in positions of responsibility, maybe I want to remove certain points or so. So there are certain points where, or I may add certain points and I can close it. So that's the way you can add or remove certain points. And also what you can also do is you can drag these points within this particular section. So I want to take all the leadership related points towards the top. I want to organize them towards the top, and maybe co-leadership related positions towards the bottom. So whatever the scenario that is. Similarly, in the work experience section as well, if you want to reorganize certain points, we can do that. We can bring this down. Add points which have much more impact on the business. I want to move them towards the top, and maybe points that have more towards organizational leadership or something towards the bottom of the section. So in any case, you would be able to organize the points at this point level under each category. And now once you have done this, you could look into the preview of the CV. So this is how the CV preview looks like. It is extending slightly beyond this one page limit. So what I can do is I can go back over here. Maybe I can remove certain points. I can close, and again I can see generate another preview. So now you see that I have arranged it. I have managed to arrange it in a single CV format. And here I have taken some sample examples for external consulting activities. Maybe I can add some more information so that I can have these sections completely filled with a full length sentence as such, even for social volunteering. So I can add a couple of more words describing it so that I can have a full length sentence as you see in the other sections. So that's how you'll be able to automatically generate the CV variants based on the validated CV points, and also you can reorganize your CV points. And in addition to that, let us say if you want to remove certain sections from your CV in a different CV variant, you can also do that. So you can take this positions of responsibility, and maybe you can take some of the section over here and you can add it over here. So in any case, once you have finalized on the CV variant, we can save the CV variant. So I can call it as maybe business development resume variant. So, and I can save it. So the CV variant has been saved. You see the message over here. Now if I go to the CV or resume list, I'd be able to see all these CV variants. So the business development resume variant has been saved over here, and I can have a look over here. So basically, I have removed one section. As a result, the CV is still within the one page limit, but it is not completely occupying the entire page as we see over here. Yeah, so this is about how you would be able to create resume variants or CV variants using validated information and also unvalidated information. And summarizing all the points, so basically we have looked into how do we create a resume or CV variant in draft view with the non-validated CV points and also with validated CV points. How do we organize various sections of a CV or resume, and how do we enable or hide certain resume points, and how do we finally save the resume variants and give it a name. Thank you.